Dear students, in the previous video lecture, I discussed about magnetically coupled circuits. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss three-phase circuits. So here we will discuss three-phase balanced supply, then we will discuss phase sequence, then we will see star and delta configuration, then we will see phase voltage, phase current, line voltage, line current, then we will see three-phase power, then we will discuss about unbalanced system, and at last we will discuss some numerical questions on this topic. So let us start with three-phase balanced supply. So what is three-phase balanced supply? In the generating stations, you are having the generators. These generators are generating three-phase AC supply. So how they are generating? See, the generators are having the windings. Generators are having the windings connected like this, and these windings, the voltages are induced in this winding. The voltages are induced in these windings. So now the generator is supplying. Now the generator is supplying power through the transmission line to the load center. To the load center. Now what happens? At the load terminal, you are having two types of loads. One, you are having single phase load, another you are having three phase load. So in your households you are getting single phase supply, but if the industrial users, they are taking three phase supply. At the same time, you will also see that if those who are running three phase induction motors, so they need three phase AC supply. So we are having two different types of supply. Now what is the meaning of balanced supply? What is the meaning of balanced supply? Balanced supply means, see, the voltage with respect to neutral, voltage of the line with respect to neutral is called phase voltage. So balanced supply means all the three phase voltages should be balanced. All the three phase voltages should be balanced. So how it will be balanced? Let us see with the help of phasor diagram. We'll have to go through phasor diagram of three-phase system. So let us see the phasor. Let us draw the phasor diagram of three-phase system. See, suppose we are having a phase R, Y, B. This is a three-phase system. So let us take the voltage VR. This is the voltage VR. This is called phase voltage. Now what will you see? You will see that two more vectors are 120 degree apart from this vector. So this is Vy, this is Vb. Clear? So you will see these three are 120 degree apart from each other. Now what is the meaning of this? It means if VR is at angle 0 degree, then you will see if you are moving in anti-clockwise direction, then you will getting positive angle. That means if this is at angle 0 degree, then this will be at the angle 120 degree, and similarly this will be at the angle minus 120 degree. Or you can also see if you are moving from this direction, then you can also see this is at the angle of plus 240 degree. So what do you see? You see this is the leading phase, this is the leading phase, and this is the lagging phase. This is the lagging phase. Clear? And these three voltages are called phase voltages. That means voltages of lines with respect to neutral. With respect to neutral are called phase voltages. Are called phase voltages. Similarly, the currents flowing in the windings will be called phase currents. Clear? So let us see. Now if these are the phase voltages, then what do you mean by line voltage? What do you mean by line voltage? See, you are having three wires R, Y, B. These three are called live wires, and you are having one neutral wire N. So what do you see? You see voltage of R with respect to neutral is called VR. This is phase voltage. Similarly, voltage of Y with respect to neutral. Similarly, voltage of B with respect to neutral. This is called VBN or simply VB. Now, if you connect your equipments between these two phases, if you measure the voltage between these two phases, so this voltage is called, this is VR, this is VY. So this voltage is called VRY and this is called line voltage. This is called line voltage. Similarly here, and you are having another line voltage. So you are having three line voltages, VRY, VYB, this is VYB and this is VBR. So you are having three line voltages. Clear? Next, we have to draw the phasor diagram of line voltages. Where we have to draw the phasor diagram of line voltages. So let us see how to draw the phasor diagram of line voltage. What do you see? You see that you are having three phase voltages VR, VY and VB. Now you are having three line voltages VRY, VYB and VBR. So what is the meaning of VRY? The meaning of VRY is nothing but VR minus VY. That means you are having the vector like this. This is VR. Now this is VY. This is VY. Now you have to plot VR minus VY. So what is the meaning of minus VY? Minus VY means it will be shifted by 180 degree. So this part is your minus VY. This part is your minus VY. Now if you take the sum of these two, if you take the phasor sum of these two, then you will see, you will get like this. Then you will get like this. This is your VRY. This is your VRY. So now what will be the angle of VRY? You see VR is at an angle 0 degree. So here you will see that this complete angle is 60 degree. So this angle is 30 degree. That means you can write VRY will be equal to, it will have some value. Now what will be the magnitude of VRY? The magnitude of VRY will be nothing but, suppose the magnitude of VR is V, then the magnitude of VRY will be root 3V at the angle 30 degree. VRY will be root 3V at the angle 30 degree. Similarly, if you have to find VYB, so this is VY, now VB, so we'll have to take minus VB, VB will be here, this is minus VB. Now take the phasor of these two, you will see this voltage will be VYB, VYB, clear? So VYB will be again, it will be VY plus 30 degree. Here the angle is minus 120 degree. So here angle will be minus 90 degree. So VYB will be equal to root 3V at the angle minus 90 degree. Minus 90 degree. Similarly, next we are having VBR. So VB is here and VR. So we'll have to take VB minus VR. That means VR will be here. This is minus VVR. So you have to take the phasor sum and this will be VBR. This will be VBR. So here what do you see? You see VB is at the angle of 120 degree. So now what will happen? VBR will be at the angle of again 120 plus 30 degree. So VBR will be at the angle of root 3V at the angle plus 150 degree. So this is VBR. So you see that line voltages leads respective phase voltages by 30 degree. Clear? In three-phase balanced system, line voltages leads respective phase voltages by 30 degree. Clear? By 30 degree. So now let us see the actual meaning of balanced system. Actual meaning of balanced system. If you are having a three-phase system, then you will have three-phase load. So if you are having three-phase system, that means you are having three-phase supply, and you are having three-phase load. So if the supply is balanced as well as load is also balanced, then the system is called three-phase balanced system. That means these two things must be balanced, then only the system will be balanced. So how these two things will be balanced? Here you see you are having magnitude, you are having angle. So magnitude of all the voltages should be equal and it must be separated 120 degree apart. Now what about load? So if you take for three-phase load, so the load will be like this. This is the load, this is ZA, this is ZB, now this is ZC. Clear? So now what will happen? This will also be at the angle of phi 1, phi 2 and this will be at the angle phi 3. So what is the meaning of balanced load? In the case of balanced supply, the vectors are separated at the angle of 120 degree. But here what should be there? Here the magnitude as well as phase angle should be equal. That means ZA should be equal to ZB equal to ZC and phi 1 should be equal to phi 2 should be equal to phi 3. That means all the three loads must be similar. Its magnitude as well as angle should be same. Then the load will be called balanced load. Clear? Then only the load will be called balanced load. Clear? So now we see a star and delta configuration. Next let us see a star and delta configuration. So let us see a star configuration. If you see a star configuration, so you are having the voltage like this. You will have the voltage like this. This is R, this is Y, this is B. So this is your star configuration. Clear? This is your star configuration and this point is your neutral point. Now what happens? Suppose you are connecting a load. Across this supply. So you see load is also A, B, C. So what you see? R, Y will be connected to B and C will be connected to B. C will be connected to here B. So this is your balanced supply. This is your balanced load. You are having balanced three-phase load. Clear? So now what do you see? You will see that if these two loads are balanced, then you will see there will be another neutral wire in the system. You are having three live wires and you will have one neutral wire. This is neutral wire. So now what is the role of neutral wire? Whether the neutral wire carries some current or not. So let us see. Here the current is, suppose this current is IR, this current is IY, this current is IB, this current is IB. So what is the meaning of neutral current? Here IR is entering, IY is entering, this is IB is entering. Now what do you see? When these three currents are entering at this node, so what will happen? The sum of this current will return through this neutral. So is there neutral carries any current? So let us see. The neutral current should be equal to IR plus IY plus IB. But what happens if system is balanced? Then the neutral current is 0. Then IN is equal to 0. How? Because IR plus IY plus IB will become automatically equal to 0 if you take the phasor IR, IY and IB. If you sum all these three, it will be equal to 0. It will be equal to 0. So neutral current will be 0. So if neutral current is 0, then neutral voltage will also be 0. Neutral voltage will also be equal to 0 if the system is balanced. Clear? Now if system is not balanced, if system is unbalanced, if the system is unbalanced, then IR plus IY plus IB is not equal to 0. That means IN is not equal to 0. If IN is not equal to 0, then there will be some voltage of this neutral wire also. Then you write neutral voltage will also be not equal to 0. Very important point. You must remember these 4 points for the balanced and unbalanced system. If the system is unbalanced, then IR plus IY plus IB will not be equal to 0. Again you will say, sir, how? Then you again draw the phasor diagram. Suppose this quantity is larger. So what will happen? The sum of these three, its phasor sum will not be equal to 0. Clear? So next, let us see about phase voltage and line voltage. So you see, this is phase voltage. This is phase voltage VPH, and the voltage between two lines is called line voltage, V line, or it will be written as V line to line. So this is line voltage. Similarly, here you are having phase voltage and line voltage. You are having phase voltage and line voltage. Now, what is the relation between phase voltage and line voltage in a star connection? In a star connection, what is the relation between phase voltage and line voltage? So I am writing the relation in a star connection. In a star connection, if you write the relation, then you will see that line voltage is equal to √3 into phase voltage. √3 into phase voltage. Clear? Now what about line current and phase current? So what is the meaning of phase current? The current which is flowing in the winding of the generator is called phase current. This voltage source is basically the winding of generator. The current flowing through the winding of generator is called phase current, and the current flowing through the transmission line is called line current. So what do you see? You see the same current which is coming out from the winding of the generator is flowing through the line. So you can say that line voltage is equal to line current. So I am writing line current is equal to phase current. Line current is equal to phase current. Line current is equal to phase current. Clear? In a star connection, line voltage equal to √3 into phase voltage, and line current is equal to phase current. So now in the books you see that somewhere it will be written simply 400. Suppose it is 440 volt 50 hertz supply. So what means? See, this rating is always line to line voltage rating. This will be always line to line voltage rating, and the value given is RMS value. If somewhere if they are giving you phase value, then they will directly write this is phase voltage. Clear? Otherwise you will have to treat any voltage given in three-phase system as RMS line to line voltage. Clear? So now let us see the three-phase power. Let us see three-phase power. So three-phase power, if you calculate three-phase power, so you see that three-phase power is always constant. If you are finding the instantaneous three-phase power, then instantaneous three-phase power is always constant. In the case of single phase system, you see that instantaneous power is varying, but in case of three phase power, instantaneous power is always constant, and it is equal to P 3 phase. I am writing P 3 phase equal to root 3 VI cos phi. Remember this formula, root 3 VI cos phi, where V is line voltage, I is line current, and phi is the angle between voltage and current. Clear? Now you will see another formula, P 3 phase equal to 3 into VPH into IPH into cos phi. That means in a single phase the power is VPH IPH cos phi. For three phase power is 3 VPH IPH cos phi. Here also if you convert V into phase voltage, if you are converting V into phase voltage, so you write root 3 into VPH, so it will come 3 VPH IPH into cos phi. So this is the three phase power. Next let us see delta connection. So what about delta connection? Let us see the delta configuration, and again we will write the relations in case of delta configuration. Delta configuration, you see you are having the connection like this. So if you are having the connection like this, suppose I am drawing the windings of generator. So now what happens? Only 3 wires are there. So the same voltage, this voltage will be called line voltage as well as phase voltage. Line voltage and phase voltage will be same because the voltage of one winding will be called phase voltage and voltage between line to line is called line voltage. So line voltage and phase voltage are equal. Now what about line current and phase current? See, this current is called phase current because it is flowing through the winding. These currents are phase current, but here what do you see? Line currents are different. This is I line. So here you write in delta connection VPH is equal to V line and I line is equal to root 3 into IPH. Clear? Now if you write the formula for power, so power will be same. Here it will be root 3 VI cos phi, where V and I are line voltage and line currents. Clear? So this is the equation of power in the case of delta configuration. Clear? Now what is the meaning of unbalanced load? Unbalanced means if either one of the phase is not balanced, or in the case of load, if your load is not balanced, then the system will be called unbalanced. So in your GATE examinations, they may give you some balanced three-phase supply and they will connect an unbalanced load and they will ask you to find either the phase current or line current or power. So for that you will have to take care of unbalanced system. You will have to take care of unbalanced system. For example, see here. For example, somebody is giving you the load like this. Right now it is 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm. Clear? It is 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohms. This is balanced load. Now what happens? You are connecting a balanced supply. And they are saying this is 400 volt balanced supply. So now if they are asking you to find the voltage across these 2 ohm resistors, what will you write? See, this is neutral and this is phase. This is neutral and this is line. So here the phase voltage will be equal to this is line voltage. So phase voltage will be equal to 400 by root 3. Similarly here you write 400 divided by root 3. Here also you write 400 divided by root 3. Clear? But now if the values are changed, suppose this is 1 ohm, this is 1 ohm and this is 2 ohm. Now what will happen? You cannot write like this. Because here you see that line voltage is appearing, and here you are having the resistors of 2 ohm, 1 and 1 ohm. But here if line voltage appears, the resistors are different. So the currents will be different, and ultimately the voltage across the phases will be different. So for that you will have to apply different network theorems, network principles to solve the questions if they are giving you unbalanced system. Clear? So now let us solve some previous year gate questions so that your concepts will be clear very easily. Let us take first question. It was asked in GATE 2014. First question asked in GATE 2014. They are saying that you are having a balanced three-phase, you are having a balanced system, you are having a balanced system, clear? You are having a balanced three-phase star connected load. You are having a balanced three-phase star connected load. Clear? Now what happens? They are saying that the phase sequence is ABC. Phase sequence is ABC. Now they have given VAN equal to 10 at the angle 15 degree volt. Clear? Now they are asking you, if phase sequence is ABC, then you have to find VBC. Then you have to find VBC. So let us see how to find that. Means they have given one phase voltage, they are asking you to find VBC. So first let us see the meaning of phase sequence. Meaning of phase sequence is, if they are given ABC, then phase sequence you will have to travel like this: A, B and C. So this is called your positive phase sequence. This is called your positive phase sequence. Now somebody is giving you the negative phase sequence. So negative phase sequence means A, B and C. So this is the negative phase sequence, and this is your positive phase sequence. So they have given phase sequence ABC, VAN equal to 10 at the angle 15 degree volt. This voltage they have given. They are asking you VBC. So VBC means VB minus VC. So VB is given, VC that means minus VC will be at this position, minus VC will be at this position. Now if you draw the phasor, so here it will be like this. Here the resultant will be like this. This will be VBC. So if this is VBC, then you have to write the angle and magnitude. So magnitude will be how much? It is already balanced system. So VBC will be written as 10 root 3, because line voltage is equal to root 3 into phase voltage in star connected system. Now you have to write angle. So what do you see? If VA is at the angle 0 degree, then VBC is at the angle how much? It is at the angle of minus 90 degree. So if it is at 15 degree angle, so here it will be 15 degree minus 90 degree. So here it will be 10 root 3 at the angle minus 75 degree volt. Clear? Now if you try to change the question, if suppose they have given you the negative phase sequence in the same question, if they are asking you to find for negative phase sequence, negative means the sequence is now ACB. If the sequence is now ACB, and then if you have to find VBC, then how will you find? So here you see ABC. So here this is the vector like this. Now VB minus VC. So what will happen? This is VB. This will be here VC. So now you will have to take the resultant of VB and VC. So resultant will be at this position. So what will you write for negative sequence? For negative sequence, you will have to write here. It will be 10 root 3 at the angle 15 degree, and now what do you see? It has been shifted in this position, that means plus 90 degree. That means VA plus 90, 15 plus 90. So here your answer will be 105 degree if phase sequence is ACD. Clear? So once they have asked about for phase sequence ABC, so they can ask you for negative phase sequence, you will have to write the value of voltage. Clear? So I think phase sequence is now clear to you. Let us see second problem. It was asked in GATE 2017 electrical engineering. GATE 2017 electrical engineering. You are having a source. You are having load. Load. Clear? A, B, this is N, this is A dash, B dash, this is N dash, IA, IB, IA, IB. They are saying that you are having a two-phase three-wire system. This is two-phase three-wire system. Two-phase three-wire system. Now they have given VAN, they have given VBN. VAN is equal to 220 sine 100 pi t. VBN is equal to 220 cos 100 pi t. Similarly, they have given IAN equal to 10 sine 100 pi t, 10 sine 100 pi t, and IBN is equal to 10 cos 100 pi t. Clear? So now what happens? You have to find the expression for total instantaneous power. You have to find total instantaneous power. So how to find total instantaneous power? If you write P instantaneous total, that means instantaneous power of phase A plus instantaneous power of phase B. So phi total will be equal to P total will be equal to PA plus PB. So what will be the value of PA? PA will be VA into IA plus VB into IB. So VA, the expression is 220 sine 100 pi t into IA 10 sine 100 pi t plus IB 220 cos 100 pi t into 10 cos 100 pi t. So what do you see? You get the expression 2200 sine square 100 pi t plus 2200 cos square 100 pi t. So now what do you see? If you take 2200 as common, so sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. That means 2200 watt will be the answer of this question. The answer of this question will be 2200 watt. Clear? So let us solve next question. Let us solve the next question. Asked in GATE 92 electrical engineering. You are having a three-phase supply. You are having three-phase load. Clear? This is given to you. This is 400 volt balanced system. 400 volt balanced system. 400 means what? The line to line voltage will be 400. They are asking you, using Thevenin's theorem, determine RMS value of voltage across 100 ohm resistor if the switch is closed. They are saying you, switch is closed. After closing the switch, determine voltage across PQ. Determine voltage across PQ by using Thevenin's theorem. So let us see how to find this. You see, initially the system was balanced. 300 ohm were connected in the system. Now what happens? Once you disconnect, once you switch on this one, now what happens? That 300 ohm is being connected across 100 ohm. That means now the system becomes unbalanced. Now for this unbalanced system, you have to find the voltage across this one. So let us see how to solve this question. They are saying apply Thevenin's theorem. So what is the basic of Thevenin's theorem? First, open the load and measure VTH. So if you open this load, first step is open PQ. Then what will happen? VTH will be how much? If this one is open, then system is balanced. Balanced means if the line voltage is 400 volt, so this voltage will be how much? 400 by root 3. So this voltage is 400 by root 3 volt. That means phase voltage. Second, you have to find RTH. So to find RTH, you will have to deactivate the independent sources. So these three sources will be short circuited. Once the sources are short circuited, now see, it will become like this. These three sources have been short circuited. 300, this is also 300, this is also 300. Now what you have to find? You have to find RTH across this one. So what will be the value of RTH across this one? You see, you are having a 300 ohm. Now another 300 connected to same point. That means you can say this is connected like this. Another 300 that has also been connected like this. So these 300 are connected in parallel. So RTH will be equal to how much? 100 ohm. RTH will be 100 ohm. Then what happened? We'll draw the circuit again. This is RTH, this is VTH. Now we'll have the load of 100 ohm. This is 100 ohm. This is your 400 by root 3 volt. So from here, if you calculate VTH is known. Now if you calculate voltage across the load, so it will be equal to how much? This voltage will be divided into two parts. So here it will be 200 by root 3, or it is equal to 115.15 volt. 115.15 volt. 115.15 volt will be the answer. Clear? Let us see another problem. Asked in gate 94. You are having a delta load. You are having a delta connected load R, Y, B, 400 volt, 3-phase supply. This is 10 ohm, this is J50, this is minus J50. Clear? This is R, Y, and B. A set of three equal resistors connected. Now they are saying you that question is given a set of three resistors of equal value are connected across R, Y, B of given figure consumes same power as the unbalanced delta connected load shown. Find Rx equal to what? They are saying that a set of three resistors equal value are connected across RYB, that means across the same supply given in the figure consumes same power as the unbalanced delta connected load consumes. That means you are having, for the same supply you are having three resistors Rx, this is also Rx, this is also Rx, this is also 400 volt. Now they are saying that this system will consume the same power as this system is consuming right now. So you have to find the value of Rx. So first let us see how to find the power consumed in first system. In first system, So in first system, what do you see? If you write P total, so you know that inductor will not consume power, capacitor will not consume power, so only the power is consumed by 10 ohm resistor. Voltage is 400 volt, value is 10 ohm, so P total will be how much? 400 square divided by 10. 400 square divided by 10. Now we have to calculate for this star connected system, that means in second system. So in second system, what do you see? In second system, this voltage is 400, this voltage is 400. So what will be the value of phase voltage? Phase voltage is 400 divided by root 3. So if you calculate power in one phase, so power in one phase will be equal to 400 divided by root 3 square divided by Rx. Now if you calculate power total, so total means it will be multiplied by 3. So it is equal to 400 square divided by Rx. 400 square divided by Rx. So what do you see? P total is same. So you write 400 square divided by 10 will be equal to 400 square divided by Rx. So from here you get Rx equal to 10 ohm. Rx is equal to 10 ohm. Clear? Rx is equal to 10 ohm. Sorry, here one thing is missing. In the first system, it is 400 square divided by 10, and in second system you see the consumes the same power as unbalanced delta load shown. So if here you are calculating Rx, suppose here what do you write? Here you will see it is equal to 1600, or it will be 10 ohm simply. It will be 10 ohm. Clear? It will be 10 ohm. So next come to another question. GATE 2016. Capacitors are connected in star and inductors are connected in delta. Inductors are connected in delta. Capacitors are in star. They are saying that L is equal to 10 millihenry. Now you have to find the value of C for which all the line currents equal to 0. This is the balanced load. Now you have to find the value of C so that all the line currents will be equal to 0. So how to find the value of C? Here you see this is star connection, this is delta connection. So to simplify this circuit, let us convert delta into star. Delta into star means divide by sum. So you are having a capacitor. Now what will happen? Across the capacitor you will have inductor. Again in the second system you are having a capacitor. Across the capacitor you will have inductor. Third system you are having a capacitor and across the capacitor you will have an inductor. So here it is C and here it will be L by 3. The inductances will become L by 3. So now you are having the system like this. Now you are giving balanced supply. So when you are giving balanced supply, now they are saying that current should be 0. So how is it possible that current will be 0? Current will be 0, that means this circuit will act as open circuit. This circuit will act as open circuit, that means infinite impedance. So infinite impedance means what? You see the impedance of this part is how much? Minus j divided by omega c. And here the impedance is j omega L by 3. If you write the total impedance, so minus j by omega c into j omega L by 3 divided by, at the denominator it is minus j by omega c plus omega L by 3. So this part should be equal to how much? This part should be equal to 0. That means 1 upon omega c plus omega L by 3 should be equal to 0. That means 1 upon omega c is equal to omega L by 3. This implies from here you write, you have to calculate value of C. You have to calculate the value of C. So C will be equal to how much? C will be equal to, from here if you calculate C, so C will be equal to 3 by omega square, 3 by, here it is 1 by omega C and here it is j omega L by 3. So here it will be C equal to 3 by omega square, 3 by omega square into L. 3 by omega square into L. Actually here omega will also be cancelled out. Omega will also be cancelled out in this system. Solve it again. Suppose here it is minus j by omega c and here it is j omega L by 3. Here it is j omega L by 3. So you see that at the numerator the omega term is being cancelled. J will also become 1. That means at the numerator this is L by 3c. L by 3c and at denominator you see if you take j as common, so you write j as common, then you write minus 3 plus omega square LC, minus 3 plus omega square LC divided by 3. So here you see that 3 will be cancelled out. So here it will be L divided by JC into minus 3 plus omega square LC. So from here if you calculate here, then you will get omega square LC equal to 3, or here you will get C equal to 3 by omega square L. 3 by omega square L. So the value of 3 is, you see, the value 3 is divided by omega square into the value of L is 10 millihenry. Value of L is 10 millihenry. So here you see 10 millihenry means it will be 3 into 10 to the power 2 divided by omega square. The value of omega is given. The value of omega here, actually the value is missing in this question. It was given. So final answer will be, your final answer will be, capacitor C will be 3 millifarad. Capacitor C will be 3 millifarad. Clear? Capacitor C will be 3 millifarad. I think it was given for 50 hertz supply. So for 50 hertz omega will be 300. So if you put omega equal to 300, you will get the answer. Clear? So let us solve another question. Another question asked in GATE 2017. It is given that you are having a balanced supply. Now you are having the 3 impedances connected in star. Clear? This point is neutral. This is connected like this. It is given VLL is equal to 208 volt. Total P absorbed is given 432 watt at 0.6 pf lead. At 0.6 pf lead. So now what you have to do? You have to find value of Z. If the absorbed power across the load is 432 watt at the angle 0.6 power factor at 0.6 power factor lead, then what will be the value of Z? So let us see how to find. Total P absorbed is given. It is equal to 432 watt. So what do you know? Root 3 VI cos phi is equal to 432. From here you will write I will be equal to 432 divided by root 3V cos phi. So here it is 432 divided by the value of root 3. Here it is root 3 into, here it is 208 into cos phi 0.6. Now you have to write the I in form of angle also. So here it is written power factor is leading. So here if the power factor is leading, that means I will be at the angle of plus. So here it will be plus at the rate. Power factor 0.6 means cos 53.13. So here it will be 53.13 degree. So this will be the value of I, magnitude and angle. So now if you go to find Z, so Z will be equal to how much? This is the balanced system. So here the voltage will be V by root 3. So here it is V by root 3 means 208 divided by root 3 divided by current I in the form of vector. So from here you get 60 at the angle minus 53.13 degree. Clear? Because I will come at denominator, the angle when it will come to numerator, the angle will become minus 53.13 degree. So by this way you can solve the questions which are being asked in GATE examination on the topic 3-phase circuits. I think this topic is now clear to you.